Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled One Who Hires a Hitman to do some heinous crime, to kill an ex-friend, partner, family member, whatever the horrible act is the Mishaleach, the sender Chayav. So often we talk about halacha l'maaseh cases, practical halacha in our 2 Minutes of Torah series, but this is hopefully more of a lumdish analytical discussion. In the 5:30 Shia in the morning, we're learning about a mace, someone who goes in and incites a whole town to do avodah zarah. And some of the commentaries say, "Ain't shliach l'dvar ve'era." A person who is told to do something wrong, that's not my problem. He should listen to me. And it's an amazing sugya. And some say, if I'm not responsible for the people listen to me, so why is someone who incites to do avodah zarah responsible? So we ventured into this topic of Ein Shliach L'Dvar Avera. Is when you point someone to do something wrong in Avera, he's not a shliach, he's not a messenger. Why are you listening to me? Divrei Rav, Divrei Talmud, Divrei Meishomim. You have God tell you one thing, and then some mere mortal tells you something else. Why are you listening to me? Listen to God. And that sugya, which is Gemara Kedushin, Men Bet, and Amud Bet, Men Gimel, fascinating discussion whether we really say Shammai maintains that when I point him to do something, he is my shliach, and it's me who's responsible. I go ahead and I tell Ruvain, go with this torch and burn up the field of the person over there is my competition. He's knocking me out of the business in the wheat business. Just go ahead, burn up his field. So is he my shliach? Am I responsible for the damage? Oh no, he's responsible. He did it, not me. I was not nice for what I did, but I'm not responsible. So it's Ein Shliach L'Dvar Avera. So it's an amazing, amazing topic, and it has direct ramifications on the original question. As a matter of fact, Fred Neustadter was the lead of a Reform congregation in the 70s and 80s in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And his wife was found bludgeoned to death in the 90s, 94, I think. And they traced it back to people from his congregation that he hired. He was going through a lot of stuff, affairs, and distance from his wife, and a lot going on. And it came out that he went ahead and he paid $30,000 to these two fellas to go ahead and kill his wife. And he was convicted, and they discussed maybe having the death penalty against him. And what does Allah say about this? And unfortunately, I know some situations also where people are going through horrible divorces, and they were offered by local mafia hitmen, I can help you out in your case. So I wish it's just some theoretical case that would never ever happen. Like Gemara discusses it, Ben Sora and Mora might be the son, the wayward son. That may just be academic. This is not academic. This happened. There's an unbelievable public case years ago in this Neustadter case that I mentioned, and it goes on. So here's a bit of an overview of this halacha. So Ein Shliach L'Dvar Avera means that I go ahead and I point someone to be a messenger for me to do a sin. In almost all the cases, he's not my shliach, assuming he's not my messenger, and it doesn't come back to me. I'm not a very good guy. Hashem doesn't love me for this, obviously. But Beit Din down here can't touch me. It's not my deed. He should have listened to God. There are some exceptions. The exceptions are in Me'ilah and in Truma. There's a few exceptions where I can appoint the shliach, and even if he does something wrong, and Avera, halachically he's defined as my shliach. If it's a child, I gave so child is not chayv and mitzvah. So that's another area. If I gave him a torch and he uses it and goes burns up a field, that could be attributed to me. So there's some exceptions. But normally, Ein Shliach L'Dvar Avera, Divrei Rav, Divrei Talmud. Why are you listening to me? Listen to God. And whether it's nice or not for telling you to do it, you should have made a better decision than what you did. And luckily, it doesn't come back to me. So there are some exceptions, but the normal rule is that. But then, and therefore, you tell someone, a hitman, to go and kill someone, terrible. Sick, it's horrible. But halachically, he did his own thing. It was not nice that I did that, obviously. To tell someone is sick. But halachically, we're asking pure halacha now, not nice or not nice. Pure halacha, that hitman, is he halachically a shliach? So you'll say he's not halachically the messenger. The other thing is it's a bit tricky. It's not so simple to say that. Why? Because in the halachas of Shliach in the Shulchan Aruch, Kuf Pei Beis and Choshen Mishpat, it has something fascinating. The Ramah starts off, Ein Shliach V'Avera, that normally when you appoint someone to be a messenger, it's good, unless it's for an Avera, it's not good. The Sma, the Miras Einayim says, you know why? Because when I go ahead and I send him, and I tell him to do an Avera, I know he has to listen to God, not to me. And I'm not really appointing him to be a Shliach, to kill someone, to do an Avera, to steal. I'm just saying it, but there's no real Kamiras Das conclusion that this is what's going to happen, that he's going to be a Shliach. So according to Sefer Miras Einayim, there's no real conclusion in the sender's mind that it's going to really happen. As opposed to other commentaries say, no, the Shliach cannot possibly accept such a Shliachus which is against God. But if you say it's from the sender's mind, that he doesn't have real Kamiras Das, does that open up an interesting Pandora's box? Because what happens if you have the local Russia who hates Torah, who purposely goes against mitzvos, lahachis, against God publicly? He'll drive on Shabbos in town beeping on him, Yom Kippur. He'll make a mockery of the mitzvos. That's who he is. And you ask him to do an Avera, then in such a case, you can't possibly say, I didn't really think he was going to do it. He's going to listen to God. Right? He never listens to God. He's a complete rebel. So you can't give that answer. So do you apply the reasoning of the Sma to say that, yeah, the Miras Einayim would say in such a case, maybe the sender is Chayav. So the Ramah in halachas of Masira, one's being a Moser, he gives over people to the government, which is a horrible, horrible violation. Shin Peches. The Ramah there says, if you tell someone to give over a Jew to the government, so it's not your problem, mate. You're terrible for doing it, but you're not responsible because you sent a shliach. He should have listened to God. But if this person you sent is well known for doing just this, he's a rebel, he doesn't care about Torah mitzvos, then the Ramah in the Shulchan Aruch says, I am liable. I am the Moser, because I know he's going to listen to me. And I can't possibly claim, I thought he was not going to listen. What do you mean? He doesn't listen to anything to do with God. And a person doesn't do something he can make money from it, he's going to do it. So that's amazing. So that is a serious limitation on Ein Shliach V'Avera. There's no Shliach, messenger, for a sin. That's an incredible limitation, because it could be, if you know this messenger that he doesn't care about God, chas v'shalom, and mitzvos, and that he will listen to you, then he is a shliach, a messenger, and you are the sender, and it's tracked back to you. So let's just wrap up this little sugya, this topic, regarding the Newlander case, where he's sending these two guys, Warren Shomer Torah mitzvos in any way, to go ahead and murder his wife. So besides all the terrible stuff, and obviously this is horrible, don't get me wrong, I'm asking for the pure technical issue, can we halachically say that these guys are his halachic shlichim, not just not nice and terrible and disaster, and Chil Hashem, forget about that. I'm talking about halachically, can we say he's a shliach? So according to the Sma, and especially according to the Ramah, it could be halachically, once you know these are people that are of course going to jump on the bandwagon, and they're going to carry out your shlichus, they're going to carry out the charge, then halachically, they're your shliachim, and halachically you're the mishaleach, the sender, and the action goes back to you. So that's an amazing, amazing thing, amazing point here. So it's an incredible sugya. I wish it was purely academic, but it's not. It is a real sugya, real life sugya, not just in the world of academics and lumdus and learning, but lamais as well. And all these factors need to be taken into account if chas v'shalom such a case occurs. Shalom.